It's the Godwinson Live News Alert. The wife has responded. Cucksotto's wife has responded to the allegations that the marriage is a sham. It's a complete joke. They're exhibitionists. They're being fucked left, right, and centre by strangers. We're going to cover all of that. Then we're going to look at the current crop. Then we're going to look at some Pokemon. And then we're going to look at the old masters. The segment on Nick's wife, on Risotto's wife, is going to be quite substantial. Because I don't feel as though we gave her enough justice that she deserved, quite frankly. Because this woman is off the fucking chain. What can we say? Literally batshit crazy. But before we do that, I just have something lined up here that I feel accurately reflects where we are with this raging cunt. Because you'd think country lawyer, a man of principles, a good upstanding Christian man with a cheaper by the dozen family, a man who's out there putting his own reputation on the line every single time he represents you in court. You'd think he'd be able to keep things in check at home. Instead, he's got the barn door open, and that bitch is running wild. That bitch is all over the place, folks. Because we have to do the adverts. Because that bitch is a dancing queen. Young and sweet. Only 46? She's written a response. We'll get into this. Pumped nightly by the big black bull known as Drexel, Nick's co-host. Is she doing the bulldoing? That's my question. Is she the one that's inserting the whiskey bottles into Nick Risotto's anus? The lawyer? The family man? What must it be like, folks, when you know exactly the deal going in? When you know exactly, word for word, letter for letter, exactly what this bitch is gonna do, and you still take it. You know exactly what she's gonna do over night time, and you still take it. You watch her fucking leave through the back door, and this bitch comes back through the front door. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., wakes the kids up. But you're sat there, doing a stream to anime weeaboos, pretending to be a lawyer. Bitches, pusses loose! Right, so I feel it pertinent to start where we mean to go on. We've got the bard, Ethan Ralph, has written this segment for us. Because there's no finer writer out there. You can toss your Christorian X's and your Paulie Frogs and your Perspicacities and your Brian Dunns and your Squire of Gothoses. Because none of them beat the greatest writer of them all. The man with the greatest literary talent, let's be honest. Ethan Ralph. So this is what Ralph's been up to. And in case you doubt his literary prowess, there he is. He was born with that, Ruff. He was born with that. Greatest writer of our times. The greatest writer of our fucking times, folks. Do you want to know what masterpiece he's written for us today? It's an Ethan Ralph Sonics original. The greatest writer of our time. Nudes? Inflate my ego. All of this becomes relevant later, by the way. He's compiled it into a word collage for us. We don't fuck around. I also don't fucking care. Laughing. It doesn't matter. Graham crackers. Enjoying the beauty of the human body. I'm having a good time. Fishing for compliments. Here's the truth. The real Lady Rackets right there. The real Lady Rackets. It's an Ethan Ralph original. The Bard himself. Alright, so we're going to read this bitch's post. This response to the drama. The allegations that have ensued over the past couple of days, right? This is wild. It's been a long time since we've actually had to see someone's wife write a screed defending not only their honour, but their husband's honour. Literally in as many words saying, my husband's not a cuck. It's been a long fucking time since we've had to see that. But it's here. It's arrived. It's the lawyer man's wife. So we labelled this one Wife Post. And I feel it apt because of the subject matter we're dealing with, the type of person we're dealing with. The absolute horror bag that is Lady Rackets. I feel it apt to read this once this advert for an Apple Watch disappears from the screen. Actually, that might work out quite well. Step onto the scene, just doing my thing. It's Lady Rackets. Let's fucking go. Lady Rackets says, I want to say something. I know it's probably stupid to even address it, but I hate being the centre of drama for Nick. I bet. I'm not stupid. X to that. I know that people make up their own truths based on their perceptions and reality. Doesn't matter to these people. However, here's the truth. I like having fun. Done. It's over. It's done. I like having fun. I think I have a beautiful body. I think I have a beautiful body and love talking about sharing pictures. Ooh. I wouldn't ever post my actual nudes. I'm not fishing for compliments or trying to inflate my ego. She's inflating Drexel's eagle, that big black eagle there. Guys are proud of their cars and guns. I'm proud of the body I take care of. I'm having a good time. Stop, bitch. Rackets is already dead. I like having a good time. Laughing with my friends. Enjoying the beauty of the human body. Nick is my only partner. We don't fuck around. We aren't swingers. But I also don't fucking care if other people do. It's none of my business. Like I said, it doesn't matter. People will always believe what they want, but at least the truth will be here. Holy fucking shit. She just bodied Nick. Fucking bodied Risotto there. Not only does she say, I like having fun. I like enjoying the beauty of the human body. I'm proud of the body I take care of. Nick is my only partner. We aren't swingers. We don't fuck around. But I sure fucking do. We gotta read between the lines on this crazy bitch. I mean, That was self-immolation. I honestly thought that she'd have passed this to Nick Recator, the lawyer man, that he could vet it first and he could go, this is an appropriate way of speaking publicly to defend the record. Did this go through the risotto check? If it did, that's fucked. If it didn't, that's also incredibly fucked. The wife has no faith in her husband as a lawyer. If it didn't go through the check, if it did go through the check, then we all know exactly where Rackets is at. We all know exactly where Rackets is at. Now, she said there that she didn't like being the centre of attention. Well, we've got a few things to get through that show exactly how she does like to be the centre of attention, right? We had her there saying that she enjoys the beauty of the human body, okay? So I feel it apt. I feel it very apt to show you this one. The beauty of the human body. But before we do so, I think it's just wise to get a antediluvian king's take on this. It's Boogie. It's Boogie.
Get filled by some black stud. You know, there's some black fucking bull that's just filling her with cock meat, giving her the real fuck she deserves. Some big black bull just filling her with cock meat. And that's just crazy.
What a great introduction from an antediluvian king. Because, are you ready? This was during the stream that Recator did on the night we were streaming about him. He did a stream celebrating his 5 years on the internet. "5 years on the internet. 5 years being cuckolded by Drexel, the co-host. She just enjoys the beauty of the human body. The glee on this woman's face. We're about to get in some clips of this woman, and she's never this gleeful. She's never this joyous. That is genuine happiness on this woman's face. That is glee. That is joy. That is bliss. That isn't even a man who's angry that his wife is being embraced by the big black bull. That's a man who's like enjoying it. That's a man who likes what he sees. His own wife. I mean, that's not an angry face. That's not a man who's gonna shotgun this guy. That's not a man who's gonna take a bullet to this guy's head for disrespecting the sanctity of his marriage. That's a man who likes what he sees, and that's a woman who likes what she gets. Doesn't she just? Giving her the real fuck she deserves, folks. Filling her with cockmeat. Insanity. Clearly this is spiraling into something that I'm not aware where it might end up. Now, I'm of the opinion that this might go at the point where these two have been like either fucking on OnlyFans or Pornhub or some streaming somewhere where they're only showing like their bodies, right? I think that's where all this is going. I'm pretty confident. I've seen so many arcs that end that way. I'm pretty confident that Recator and his wife are fucking somewhere on the internet. And it's all being posted and grifting. Money is the aim of it. I'm pretty confident that's where we're heading out, simply because of the responses. Simply because of Recator's cope stream that we saw the other night, and the wife having to fucking chime in. I think that's exactly where it's going. And when it does happen, I don't think there'll be any contrition or any shame. I think they'll just double down and pursue the absolute degeneracy weeaboo grift. I think the pretense of being a lawyer and a traditional conservative gentleman, I think that will all fall out of the window. And those kids are literally going to be like House of the Rising Sun kids. My father was a cuckold. He sewed my new blue jeans. Shit like this. I think that's exactly where we're heading out with the fucking Recator family. But we got through that in record time, which was great. We've actually got a few items on this show. I've been incubating this one for a few days. I was going to go live the moment she put out this post, but I thought I'll sit on a few things because I think I can tie it together. I think I can tie all of this together with what we're going to do soon. So, we've got this one, and we've got this one. This isn't the song, it's an advert. Feel my pain. Share in the pain of current day YouTube. So, it's the wife. This is the massage story, uncut. And I'm happy to go all the way on this. Because everything that we see here is fucked. It foreshadows events, and there's more to what we hear than what first is imparted to us, ladies and gentlemen.
How does one request things and stuff massage at a masseuse? Asking for a friend.
So, Rakate has just read a super chat about how do you get a fucking massage, right? He's not expecting his wife to speak from first-hand experience, by the way. This is a woman who's proud of her body and thinks she looks great. I mean, that is frightening, folks. That is genuinely frightening. That's quite horrific, I might even say. In fact, we'll do a bit of Kino Dogme here. We'll do a bit of Kino Dogme, 2007.
How does one...
We don't want that. We want this. We want that. We want this. And we want to go... Here we go. Okay, so it's the massage story. So he's reading the super chat about a massage. The wife fucking decides to chime in and tell everyone that she's having various massages constantly by these strong-armed, strong-handed gentlemen, while her husband's sitting there, having to take it. But as you'll note, there's no anger in the man's face. There's pure glee and pleasure that this is what his wife gets up to of an evening. Let's fucking go. Oh, it's still on 0 point whatever the fucking speed.
Request a things and stuff massage at a masseuse. Asking for a friend.
I've been to several massages and I've never asked for it. Although, creepy story.
Every time.
He knows what's coming. And instead of just ending the stream, saying it's time for your bedtime, crazy wife, he lets it fucking continue. And this goes on for a good 5 fucking minutes.
You knew when you asked, didn't you?
No, I didn't think you would bring up your creepy story. But
I didn't think you'd cuckold me live on air.
I've had several massages. I love going in for massages. Right?
She loves going in for massages. Okay? We're doing a whole fucking analysis of this slatternly woman.
What? That I love going in for massages?
No, that I love going in for massages.
Oh, well, I love going in for massages too.
Of course.
I had this
Without
one guy
me.
for a while.
She had this one guy for a while. Again, I'm not seeing anger or displeasure. I'm seeing a man who's like probably jacking off. Probably jacking off as she's saying this story. He's like Davros here, but I want to see those fucking hands.
Chip or whatever, like a package. So it's like so many. Bought a package. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, sorry. Ugh, it's late. Anyway, So I had like so many massages with him, right? Like 6 or something.
She had so many massages with
second
him.
or third.
6 of them.
He asked him. No. I think it was the 4th or 5th because I remember I had to go back to him, but only like once or twice because I was like super uncomfortable.
Question, folks. Question. Just a quick question. You've got a wife. She said, come back to you and say, I've just been for an amazing massage. You go, okay. Right. Then she says, oh, this guy that did it was amazing. You'd probably say, okay, I probably don't want you going back to that masseuse. Probably see a female masseuse. And then she comes back and says, no, I went back to him and I kept going back because he was amazing. And I went 6 times. Would your response be to get the fucking shotgun out and end it all now? Put you and her out of your misery? Or would you just sit there like the based lawyer man, both hands on the member, trousers fully off, getting pleasure from your wife recounting this shit to your audience?
Asked me, okay, so you start face down, right? Blah, blah, blah.
Face down.
Back, blah, blah,
Face down, booty up, bitch.
blah, blah, everything, right? And then he has you flip over, right?
Flip over.
Totally normal. So he massages me and, stuff, and then he says...
He massages me and stuff. He massages me and stuff. Deary me. Deary.
To massage your chest, too? And I'm like...
Do you want me to... Sorry. Every fucking line of this. Do you want me to massage your chest too? Do you want me to massage your chest too? This is a woman. Do you want me to massage your chest too? She said yes.
And he's like, would you like me to massage your chest? I assume he means, because I've had several massages, like right here, right?
Now, that's not a chest. That's the neck. She's pointing to her neck.
This is the upper part of my chest.
That's a neck.
That's not what he meant. So he takes off, he like pulls down my sheet, and starts massaging my boobs. And I'm like...
This is the lawyer man's wife. No, look at this. He's having a sip. He's taking a victory sip. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the face of a cuckold. Witness this. Very rarely do you see such an unashamed one in the wild. Very rarely do you actually see the wife tell the tale. You know, and you can see what that's... The masseuse must have been well endowed, what can we say? What can we say? But that's the sip of the cuck goblet, my friends. The cuck goblet. Shall we, there you go. That's what we're all seeing, folks. That's what we're all seeing, folks.
And of course, I feel like an idiot because I've just said yes. And I'm too stupid to say, I'm sorry, I didn't know what you meant by may I massage your chest. So I don't stop him because I'm a frickin' idiot.
I don't stop him because I'm a frickin' idiot. And as she says she doesn't stop him because she's for a frickin' idiot, she gives her own cum face. That's her own cum face there. You know, that's her own cum face. In fact, shall we, we can't. But Rakata's got another cuck goblet there. Another cuck goblet that he's sipping from. A man of many victories here that his wife has been massaged. Quote unquote. Massaged.
Sorry. But anyway.
He was part of that HGTV show, Say Yes to That Chest.
Dude, seriously. It was the most uncomfortable moment of my life. Because
Is this a woman that's really recounting an uncomfortable story? I don't see a woman that's uncomfortable. I don't see a woman who's recounting trauma. Who's literally recounting, if we believe her, if we believe her account of events, she's literally describing a rape or a sexual assault. They could probably get this masseuse a good many years in prison. But, you know, she ain't uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen.
He just like massaged me for, and then he's like, "Do your boobs usually feel like this?" And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, is he looking for lumps or something? Like, what is he doing? And I was like, so.
Is he looking for lumps? I think this bitch knew exactly what he was looking for. Oh, but again, he's swapped hand. He's got the cuck ring on as well. He's regaled. He's outfitted in the trinkets of cuckery. That's what he's regaled in. Kitted out in cuck regalia.
So uncomfortable. And then the next time I went there,
The next time she went there. So, right, let's break this down. Let's break this down to this. You're Nick Ricator's wife. You go for a massage. The guy gives you the massage. He then flips you round. He says, "Can I massage your chest?" You then say, "Yes." The fastest yes you could possibly give. He then starts to massage your chest. And by chest we mean boobies. You then think, how am I going to explain this to Risotto? So you go home and you say, oh my god, this crazy thing happened with the masseuse. He did this and I felt so uncomfortable and I couldn't say no because I'm a woman and it's 2022. Risotto goes, all is forgiven, wife. Just be there for the kids and all is forgiven. Risotto sat there on his live stream. He's just read a super chat out loud about massages. His wife has decided to chime in, recount this tale, and then at the end of the tale, she's just gone. And then I went back to the guy. The guy that massaged the tits. The guy that was looking for lumps. Holy fucking shit, folks. We're not even halfway through the massage story.
was because I had 2 more massages. Yes.
She had 2 more massages. 2 more massages. From the same man. The man who massaged her breasts. This is news to Nick. News to Nick. But again, it's not an angry man. Not a discombobulated gentleman. What can we say, folks? This is a man who's enjoying taking sips out of his cup goblet. And she's enjoying humiliating him, emasculating him. She's a slatternly woman, folks. A woman of ill repute.
I had 2 more. I have to adjust myself. Anyway, it was actually, we were trying to get pregnant. I think with our second child.
They were trying to get pregnant at the time. Risotto and his wife. Okay? Risotto and his wife were trying to get pregnant at the time. You know, she was just exhausted. She wanted to get a massage there. Okay? Just wanted to de-stress. The masseuse is a bit creepy. He decides to massage her front. Okay. You know, trying to get pregnant there. Risotto and his wife. So she goes back to the masseuse. Over and over and over again. At least 2 more times. And then, by magic, Risotto and his wife got pregnant there. Just by magic. That is one healing masseuse. They are some pretty good massages. Some very fertile massages, I think you can say. They were just trying to get pregnant at the time, eh? I think it's sunk in here that he's just realised that one of the kids isn't his. Because he's dropped the cup goblet and he's literally pressing the finger into his cheekbone. It's news to Nick. It's news to Nick. And I think it's probably best to do it this way. So we can just let the woman's words sink in. Just like Drexel's big black sunk in. Okay?
And then he's like, do your boobs usually feel like this? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, is he looking for lumps or something? Like, what is he doing? And I was like so uncomfortable. And then the next time I went there, I was, because I had 2 more massages. Yes, that's right. I had 2
All right,
more.
watch his face.
I have to adjust myself. Anyway.
When the confession drops that they were trying to get pregnant at the time, he's just having a chug of his cup goblet. A cope sip.
It was actually, we were trying to get pregnant.
Here it comes.
I think
Here it
with
comes.
our second child. So we were thinking,
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Deary me, folks. That's rough. That's fucking rough. That's some rough, tough pill to swallow, folks. Live, on air. To the whole audience. All in sundry. Okay, we'll play it in normal speed, shall we?
fertility drugs, so I actually was not lying. But I said, oh, because he started right away. He was going to just go ahead and do it, because apparently once you get permission, you can just massage everybody's chest every time.
That's the way I look at the world.
Whew. Anyway.
Cockhold.
Yeah. So as he started pulling down the sheet, I said, oh, actually, I'm on fertility drugs right now, so I'm very sensitive in the chest right now, so I just didn't, not today.
So he massaged her pussy instead, folks.
So luckily I got out of it the next 2 times, but it was real uncomfortable.
What you think?
Yes! I was really, I never went back after I finished, and I loved.
I never went back after I went back 3 times. I think there's a reason why she never went back. Because obviously when the masseuse is going to do the routine again, he's pulling down the sheet, she screams out, I'm on fertility drugs. The masseuse goes, please leave my establishment. That masseuse don't want another bastard kid coming to him in 18 years asking, what was the relationship between you and my mother? That's why the masseuse and Rackets' wife ended their entanglement. That's the reality of events. I'm on fertility drugs.
Jimmy was a great masseuse.
He was a great masseuse.
Until then. I loved but no, uncomfortable out of my mind.
You know how
much
I want the masseuse to act?
She didn't like it. She didn't like it, folks. The face betrays the true feeling there. She didn't like it. She felt so uncomfortable. She kept going back. And then she was asked to leave the establishment when she said she was on fertility drugs because the masseuse didn't want another bastard kid. But you know who did want another bastard kid? The based lawyer man. Lionel Hutz. A man who, if you get a speeding ticket, this guy's going to get you the electric chair. For real.
Ask if he can rub my chest, and he never does.
Well, this
Never
guy
does.
might have rubbed yours. No, I'm just kidding.
In fact, we don't even have the words within us to go over that one.
I don't know. It was awkward.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had already paid for those other massages. That's why I went back twice. And I didn't let him do it again. Someone said, but you went back twice.
It's true, you did. We're going to have a talk about that.
I heard he-
We're going to have a talk about that one. We're going to have a talk about that one. And I imagine that talk will be a recounting. Will be a in-depth recounting. Whilst Nick is on his wooden horse. Pegs on his nipples. Whipped by Drexel. As he's hearing about how his wife kept going back for the massages. Kept going back for the massages there. I just want to just let you have a look at this. Just take it in, folks. Witness this. People are saying Gollum, Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. People are saying bug eyes, zero gag reflex. My precious, people are screaming. Someone says she has a grey alien head. And now people are just typing witch. Witch. Would you smash Godwinson? I think there's your answer, Bri. Yeah, that's a slatternly woman, folks. That's a slatternly woman. And you know who's a big expert in slatternly women? You know who's the best expert of them all? Who made this video purely in response. Because back in the day, in Knoxville, Ricata brought his slatternly wife along. And she decided to sit on everyone's lap and take a big old suck of that Chilean D. Coach Redpill, a man who's seen more poo in his lifetime than we can only dream of. Even Coach was like, that bitch is a slatternly woman. She's got tattoos all over her thigh. She's a woman of ill repute. She's supposed to be the mother of a cheaper by the dozen family. A wife of a based Christian lawyer man? So it must have taken something for Coach to make this video calling out this woman and all slatternly women. All slatternly women were called out because Ricata sat in Coach's lap at Knoxville and offered him a blowy.
You ever seen those slatternly women who are just awful?
Ricata's wife at Knoxville. Some Coach Kino. Now, a bit of lore here. Coach actually composes all the music himself. I've seen him actually do it with his keyboard there.
What do I mean by slatternly women? I'm talking about those women who dress up provocatively, wear too much makeup, their hair is all fixed up and dyed sometimes blonde, and or most of the time it's blonde, right? Even if it doesn't really fit with them at all, right? These slatternly women, look up the word slatternly. It's basically...
Shall we do it? Shall we do it? Shall we look up the word slatternly? Because Coach Redpill, our internet daddy, has just told us to. Slatternly. Definition. We're learning all the time. Slatternly. Slatternly. Definition. meaning dirty and untidy. And you might be able to see there's a picture of Nick Riccosotto's wife just there if we squint hard enough. Slatternly, dirty and untidy, especially used about women. Dirty or messy, especially used about women. We've got another definition, dirty and untidy. Their slatternly ways. Nick Risotto's slatternly ways. His wife's slatternly ways.
Crazy talk. Cock me.
Women who come across like prostitutes. They come across with this look, the clothes, the makeup, the hair, and you're like, they're sexy. Kind of.
This was Coach's thought process when that bitch was sitting on his lap at Knoxville. He was like, she's sexy. Kind of. Yeah.
But they're kind of awful, and worse than that, they treat you just awfully. Yeah, you want to stay the hell away from slatternly women. Absolutely. Because slatternly women, see, what's going on...
Ricata never watched the Coach video and internalized the teachings that this prophet was conveying to his audience. Ricata could have done with a bit of Coach Red Pill. That's all I'm saying. Ricata could have done with the Coach Red Pill takes. Delivered in 80 angles every 5 minutes. Ricata would have learned a great deal about his marital situation from Coach. If only he'd have listened.
What's going on with them is that they view themselves, they think that they are only interesting to other people by way of their sex appeal. They think that they are only interesting to other men by way of their sex appeal. They don't try to develop any other aspect of themselves. They think that their looks, the superficiality of their appearance is all that matters. And because of it, of course,
they think that their looks and the superficiality of their appearance is all that matters. That's what Coach has just said there, hey? They think that their looks and their superficiality is all that matters.
They are these think that they are only interesting to other people by way of their sex appeal. They think that they are only interesting to other men by way of their sex appeal. They don't try to develop any other aspect of themselves. They think that their looks, the superficiality of their appearance is all that matters. And because of it, of course, see, they are these walking advertisements for sex appeal. It's like neon arrows pointed at them because of their clothes and their makeup and their hair. Just like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me as a sexual object. Don't look at me as a person. Look at me as something that you can fuck. Yeah, because they're looking for attention from men, sexual attention from men. And so, of course, if they spark the sexual interest of a man that they're not interested in because of superficial qualities of his own, maybe he doesn't have the right look or whatever, or the right clothes, then they treat that guy like shit.
Then they treat that guy like shit. Like Risotto's wife treats Risotto. Coach said it all.
Just awful.
He said it
they're
all.
Awful, and they're just like...
This is a prophet of our time.
I mean, you know what I'm talking
Preaching
about,
about the slatternly woman that was Risotto's wife.
Who just looks
The passive-aggressive
snake
snake-eating masterclass from Coach Red.
Women. And you say hi to them, and they're like, ew, get away from me. They're like, ugh. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, these slatternly women,
yeah!
Since they're turning on the sex appeal 24/7, whenever they... Look at me as a person. Look at me as something that you can fuck. Yeah, because they're looking for attention from men, sexual attention from men. And so, of course, if they spark the sexual interest of a man that they're not interested in,
Nick Risotto.
because of superficial qualities of his own, maybe he doesn't have the right look or whatever, or the right clothes, then they treat that guy like shit. They are just awful.
They keep going back to the masseuse.
And they're just like, just awful. I mean, you know what I'm talking
I do know what you're talking
How
about.
many
Risotto's
times
wife.
have you come across some woman who just looks all sexy and glammed up and all the rest of it? These slatternly women. And you say hi to them, and they're like, ew, get away from me. And they're like, you know what I mean? Yeah, these slatternly.
Yeah! I know exactly what you mean,
Turning
Coach.
on
So
the
Coach
sex
laid down the
appeal.
gauntlet on the slatternly woman that was Ricator's wife when he snaked after the Knoxville event, after the Knoxville happening. And you know what? He's been proven right, as he is in most cases. Coach Red Pill is almost always 100% correct. And even in the times he's wrong, there's some esoteric teaching there that we can glean and delude ourselves into thinking he's still right. The woman is slatternly. Slatternly to fuck. In fact, I would be hard-pressed to find a bigger whore on the internet. And I think time will prove us out. Where this woman's got an OnlyFans, where this woman's on, like, Craigslist, and she's putting adverts out there for her sexual services. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like some sort of Madame Dominatrix or some shit. We're lining up the next segment here. "18 years of marriage." 18 years of marriage, just so you can get a feel for what's coming after the Duracell bunny's finished. But it's 18 years of marriage, a relationship stream with Lady Rackets. I mean, this is wild. The fact that there is such an archive of public humiliations that this wife has done to her husband, the based family country lawyer man, it says it all. He can't even keep his own house in check. We're looking for the song we'd lined up. Here we go.
There'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can bind your heart.
There'll be no strings to bind your hands, Lady Rackets. Not when your husband's risotto.
There's no need to take a stand, for it was I who chose to start. I see no need to take me home. I'm old enough to face the dawn. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn away from me.
The face of a cuckold. A slatternly woman.
If morning's echo says we've sinned, it was what I wanted now. And if we're victims of the night, I won't be blinded by.
She won't be blinded by the light or the sanctity of marriage.
Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn
That woman's an advert for not getting married. That's all I can say. That woman is 46 or something years old. Shall we spark one up for this marriage? This woman's a mother of the cheaper by the dozen. She's in her mid-40s. She behaves like she's 18 years old. So it's pretty shocking in the Ricata household. But mark my words, there's more coming. I'd be amazed if there isn't. I'd be amazed if there isn't. In his Cope stream, he said that there's been rumours like this for years and years and years and years and years. So, time will tell, folks. Time will tell. But I know that there's a great many neat samurai out there, combing thumbnails, matching the tattoos that this crazy hoe's got to other crazy hoes that are on the internet that are showing just their bodies. I think there's a treasure trove coming and we'll be here to celebrate it. Hopefully it comes by Christmas. It'll be a nice Christmas present in the Godwinson household, what can I say? But it doesn't end there, because we've got a few things on this show that I wanted to cover. Because at the moment, the current crop ain't up to much. The current crop just ain't up to fucking much, what can I say? We looked at Neo Jesus, and we're now going to look at saturated content. In fact, we'll look at both of them, because they just ain't fucking up to much. What can I say? There's a lack of fundamental belief behind their content. There's a lack of driving creativity, of artistry, of Kino Dogbe 2007. We're going to cover saturated content and his video on Amberlin Reed. So it's Amberlin Reed, right? You know, who hasn't made a video on Amberlin? Oh, me. I could give two shits. But it's Amberlin Reed, and saturated content is about to plow the saturated creative furrow that he's decided to wade in on. Diet Toad McKinley, let's go.
If you're ever looking for the most mentally deranged people on the planet, TikTok is a good place to start. It's a collection of the most narcissistic and sad people society has to offer. But to be fair, so is any social media platform. No one does it quite as good as Amberlin Reed. About 2 years ago, I made a reaction video to her TikToks, and they were awful as expected. Well, to my surprise, she has gotten back into being a talker. It's been a while since I've dredged into the Amber Swamp, and I couldn't have thought of a better way to do it. Rehash old ideas to garner more clicks, just like how Amber would have wanted me to do it. Her TikTok is just like any other popular social media figure's feed. It's a cry for attention and help. She loves doing the type of videos
Give your head a shake,
oh, I'm
buddy.
so ugly.
Give your head a
turns around with,
shake.
Actually, I'm a bad bitch. I'm not going to belabor the point. I've hand-selected 3 TikToks we'll be looking at today, and let's see if I can survive the cringe.
Bangers. Yo.
The current crop ain't up to much. I've hand-selected 3 TikToks, and we're going to observe the cringe. Saturated content. A man whose father was Toad McJudas. There's 3 comments here. You know, this was good. This was good. I just started reviewing her. Let's see if I can stand it. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You guys,
YouTube makes it very difficult to monetize a lot of the content that we put out there. Especially some of the stuff that we're going to be showing you is just too raw for the YouTube.
Like, this video is so
What?
raw, you guys. Fuck me. Like, damn. Excuse my language if you're young. Okay.
And today, raw fish, classic.
What is this?
This
This is neither a review or a parody or a comedy.
I'm such a quirky coral.
This is the woman.
Sorry about my hair.
The slatternly woman
It wasn't hair washing day today.
that's
so
reviewing
I didn't
Amberlyn
wash
Reed.
it.
The current crop.
And I'm sorry. I know the lighting in here is crazy, but come
I don't think that's light. I don't think that's lighting. This is cancer. This is cancer.
We're starting off with a heater. It's the MJ flu game, and we've got to fight to keep the series going.
So she reviews Amberlyn Reed. Transformative react. I mean, this is what they're doing. I know it's 13 views, but that won't stop me.
Not gonna lie. So transformative. Chef's kiss. Oh yeah. I'm Anna. I'm the latest and greatest Amberlyn Reed and Beyond Transformation channel on the block. We're also thankful that Amberlyn did the research and talked to the higher ups at YouTube. Done a little talkie with.
There's a whole community of these women. They look like methed out crack whores. For real. They think they're in any position to judge women fatter than them. I mean, this woman has done 12 minutes on Amberlyn Reed putting makeup on. This current crop ain't up to much. What can I fucking say? But if it was down to them, and without the people like me and the Kino Dogme 2007 torchbearers, that's all you'd have. That's all you'd fucking have. The saturated content guy. This woman that's reviewing Amberlyn Reed, looking like a meth whore. And Neo Jesus. Neo fucking Jesus. Now, Neo Jesus, he put out a video that we analysed where he was talking about James Rolfe. And he was saying that James Rolfe doesn't have enough filmmaking technical skills to truly be a great artist like Neo Jesus. He was truly ungrateful. He didn't have any sort of dignity, any sort of respect for the antediluvian kings that had preceded him. And he was happy just to take a great big shit
when episodes did get back to
on James Rolfe. So we sent the neat Ronin over there, the neat samurai. And we will see if justice has been met out. We will see if they have indeed fought the good fight. It's over for you. 20 hours of research, my arse. Neo Judas has been real. Neo Judas been real. Been real quiet ever since Godwinson dropped that video. Been a fan since he was the angry Nintendo nerd, and I still get excited when the new one drops. I don't know how you missed his motion picture, or why you never commented on it. Okay. All the most high-tech equipment from the space year 2022 can achieve here, capturing your dead eyes and soulless droning on with more clarity than ever before. Your film school failed you, as it seems all they did was teach you about fancy lenses instead of how to make something entertaining. And then we've got a Godwinson tabled you. Keep it up, Ronin. Hopefully, Neo Jesus can go back to the drawing board and teach his generation of the current crop how it's done. Hopefully he can learn a few lessons. But I don't know. I don't know if he's making it through the bad lighting. in the fact that this is a phone stream and not OBS, and the fact that we're streaming in 144p and our audio's shit. I think that's going to trigger Neo Jesus. I think he watches this and just sees something completely antithetical to his very existence. And if that is truly the case, then I've got 2 words for Neo Jesus. What else did I have on my agenda? Yes, okay. Okay, this is a bit of a left field one. But...
regular schedule, they were noticeably lower.
Okay. This one's a bit of a left field one. But I was in 2 minds, I'll be honest. I was in 2 minds. So if you don't know, you should know. Apparently the new Pokemons are out. The new Pokemons are out. Colour and Other Colour. I actually do forget what they're actually supposed to be called. But apparently the new Pokemons are out. And it's an open world Pokemon. And you can play it on your Nintendo Switch. So I was genuinely in 2 minds. Do I buy the new Pokemons? Do I go out there and buy the 2 new Pokemon games? Someone said I only need to get 1, and they're probably right. But I thought, you know, let's see if we can get the 2 new Pokemons. And what I do whenever I buy a Switch game, which has been a while, I'll be honest, it's been a good while since we fucking switched on the Switch. We always go to the best reviewer of them all, the most shameless of all the grifters. It's the Dreamcast guy. And obviously we switched on Dreamcast guy to get his take. And he says, these games are a broken mess. Do not buy Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So they're the 2 colours, right? Dreamcast guy is very rarely this fucking scorched earth, especially on Pokemon. He's recently been playing all of the Pokemons again. And he's been giving great reviews of them, saying that they're amazing games. And now he's fucking scorched earth on the new Pokemons.
These new Pokemon games are an utter disgrace. They run bad, they're filled with glitches, honestly the games themselves are just weirdly built. It's extremely disappointing.
Look at this.
Because honestly...
He's got fucking adverts, like banner roll adverts, in the middle of his fucking video here. What a fucking disgrace.
I was genuinely so excited for Scarlet and Violet. And
he was genuinely so excited for Scarlet and Violet. Dreamcast guy at this point must be approaching his mid-50s. Dreamcast guy is an old as fuck. He's old as fuck. But he was genuinely excited for Scarlet and Violet.
These new Pokemon games are an utter disgrace. They run bad, they're filled with glitches, honestly the games themselves are just weirdly built.
There's a reason why we're showing you this. This all ties together. It's not just fucking Pokemons. By the way, are these Pokemon? These don't look like Pokemon, do they? I don't know what they are. Apparently one of them turns into a bike and one of them turns into a plane or something. But I don't know. They look like... I don't know what they look like, to be honest. But they sure as shit don't look like Pokemon. Someone says they're motorcycles. That's a fucking strange-ass motorcycle. Looks like Digimon. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're like Digimon.
It's extremely disappointing. Because honestly, I was genuinely so excited for Scarlet and Violet. In fact, leading up to this, I went through and replayed every single Pokemon game this year. I even did stuff like actually custom made my own Game Boys and stuff, all Pokemon themed. That's how legit ready I was. And now we're getting...
Poor guy. Poor guy custom made his Game Boy to look like a Pokemon. Because he was that hype over the 2 new Pokemons. The 2 new colours that were released this year. And this is a face of a man who's just completely fucking lost everything. All of his hope gone. And the way he presents how he's been fucking completely tabled is very, very funny.
Tons of raw gameplay of these new next generation experiences, and they straight up do not work. I want to take a look at a bunch of glitch videos because people are just straight up posting how incomplete, unfinished, unpolished, undone.
I'm going to say it, folks. These games, and I go purely off what I see on Dreamcast Guy's video, but these games are Kino Dogme 2007, 110%. These two new Pokemons, they've literally been shit out by Nintendo. They're literally riddled with bugs, and some of these bugs and glitches are fucking amazing. They literally have had zero quality control. Zero quality control. It's apparently the biggest video game franchise in the world. It makes the most money, most revenue in the fucking world. And Nintendo have just decided to fully go Kino Dogme 2007 on it and scam all the people like Dreamcast Guy out of their money. And I fucking love it. And we're going to watch some of these glitches, because this actually makes me want to buy the game.
These games are, and I think it's important to shine a spotlight on it. What's up, gamers? Dreamcast Guy here. Hi, hope you're having...
Oh, also, like, Dreamcast Guy, he can go, like, mid-rant and then just seamlessly, like a robot, transition into his grift. Like, watch this, right? Watch this.
Glitch videos, because people are...
There's no cut or edit here.
...posting how incomplete, unfinished, unpolished, undone these games are, and I think it's important to shine a spotlight on it. What's up, gamers? Dreamcast Guy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and...
I mean, that was some insane schizo shit, that, wasn't it? Just how he instantly fucking cuts into it. Just instantly switches from it. Didn't miss a fucking beat. Watch this. Didn't miss a beat. That's the power of grifting. When you've been at it for as long as Dreamcast Guy has, and you've literally grifted anything you could possibly grift. This is how robotic you become.
Stuff like actually custom made my own Game Boys and stuff, all Pokemon themed. That's how legit ready I was. And now we're getting tons of raw gameplay of these new next generation experiences, and they straight up do not work. I want to take a look at...
No, even Dutton isn't this good. Dutton's got talent, but you can definitely tell the transition and the switch. Here it's seamless.
A bunch of glitch videos because people are just straight up posting how incomplete, unfinished, unpolished, undone these games are, and I think it's important to shine a spotlight on it. What's up, gamers? Dreamcast Guy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, let's all just take a deep breath before we start to analyze this, because...
So he just switches out of it, like, straight up. That's insane. That is some grifter magic powers that you acquire over many, many years of grifting.
This is still just so shocking. Pokemon is the singular biggest entertainment property of all time. Some people have told me that the rough math on this is they've made $120 billion. That's the actual math.
$120 billion, and they just decide to go full Kino Dogme on the two new Pokemons. It's amazing.
$1 billion on Pokemon, and yet they can't make it run decently with a day one launch.
I love it.
Here's one of the main videos that...
Now, these glitches are fucking what? They actually make me want to buy the game. Because it's that disrespectful to the people like Dreamcast Guy. And people like Arlo, the fucking puppet man. It's made them see that much that it actually makes me want to buy the game. So they keep continuing putting out games like this. So they just double down and produce another unfinished piece of crap just purely to piss them off. Because they'll still buy it. They'll still buy it, even though it will be shit. Over and over and over again, year in, year out.
It's me nuts. Look at this. Let me rewind this. This is 16 seconds. It's a person attempting to catch a Psyduck. Now, as soon as they throw the Pokeball, the game freezes, unloads all the environments, reloads them. Look at this. Reloads this entire bridge in the background. This is ridiculous.
Kino Dogme.
This game is so unfinished. I don't think I've ever seen... I'm being legit about this. I have never seen a Nintendo Switch game run this bad, ever.
I love it.
This isn't a one-time thing. Everywhere you go in the game, it's just glitching out. One of the main things they have in Scarlet and Violet is you directly challenge trainers. You can just straight up and tell, hey, I want to have a Pokemon battle, instead of having random dudes who come up and challenge you. But sometimes they just straight up glitch out. I wanted to actually show you this specific glitch. So Alpha Rad was playing it yesterday. He was doing a big old long live stream. And this guy starts walking along. I want to go home. Glitches out. Just starts walking in place, pretty normal, no big deal, and then he just fades out of existence.
I love it.
This game doesn't even attempt to be finished. Every aspect of this. Look, here's some nice, the multiplayer. That's something I think a lot of us are most curious about. Oh, wait, you just randomly Gigamax. Look at this man's freak face.
That is Nintendo doing Kino Dogme 2007 and scamming all of the middle-aged men that should have thrown Pokemon in the bin when they were kids. That is... that made me want to buy the game, to be honest. I don't know, should I buy Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Oh, and our vape is dead. After the Pokemon segment, we're getting into the Old Masters, and we might have a special call-in. We might enter the TBZ. The TBZ. A lot of people are saying yes, buy the Pokemon games. I don't know. Because whilst it's good to laugh at people being scammed, I imagine I'd be absolutely fucking enraged if it happened to me. And I was unable to catch my Psyduck or my Wooper without it glitching out. Okay, so, I want to get into Demonius X. People are going, who the fuck's Demonius X? Well, Demonius X, right, we're getting into an Old Master segment, an Antediluvian King segment, and then I'm going to talk about stuff that's coming up, and then I want to get into the TBZ. The TBZ. The TBZ. But it's an old master. Demonius X. I'm actually shocked that no one knows who Demonius X is. All these Johnny-come-latelys not knowing who Demonius X is. You ain't fit to lick Demonius X's boots. There's one person saying, I remember Demonius X, and they must be like 70 years old. It's an Antediluvian King that we didn't have chance to cover, but I needed to cover it. I just needed to talk about Demonius X. The Katana guy, we're getting close. It's Demonius X, then we'll do a Salieri, then we're entering the TBZ, folks. I'm taking you all on a journey. I love this show. It's Demonius X with some... I have watched this video many, many times. And I feel it carries the best life advice that you're ever going to receive. Coach ain't doing the life advice anymore. He's doing the how not to be beheaded by being pro-Russian in a Ukrainian war zone. Instead, Demonius X is here to literally help you. Wayward Western man. People are saying, did he just wash his hair or didn't he? Man, this guy don't need shampoo. This guy hasn't touched shampoo in decades. Because he's Demonius X and he's got his fucking GameCube games there. He's got his PS2 games there. He's got his NES games and his SNES games. And like a king, he uses like his trappings of office to give some of the best... I'm not even joking here. This is some really great life advice. It might depress you. Spoiler alert, you might want to neck yourselves, folks. But if you can get beyond the depression and the initial fucking, oh fuck, that's bleak and grim and black-pilled, then you're actually going to get, like, Plato'd, Aristotle'd here.
Hey, Demonius X here.
He's very, very low, but that's purely his audio quality. Now, this isn't actually from 2007. This is actually like an antediluvian king that's still streaming as of a year ago. You know? And I hope you can sort of... This is a spoiler. Fuck off and die for voting in a sick fuck. I hope you're proud of yourselves. Just a little thingy. But you'll have to strain your ears for this one.
Got a question for you. Are you happy? Are you? Well, because in 4 days' time, we're going to be inaugurating a pedophile. We're going to be inaugurating a dementia-ridden idiot. And alongside of him is going to be a fucking whore who sucked and fucked her way to the top. You sincerely happy with that?
Jill Biden sucked and fucked her way to the top. Demonius X. Who needs political takes? Who needs all these fucking talking heads with their cold-ass takes? When you've literally got the best of them all. Fuck off and die for voting in a sick fuck.
Got a question for you. Are you happy? Are you? Well, because in 4 days' time, we're going to be inaugurating a pedophile. We're going to be inaugurating a dementia-ridden idiot. And alongside of him is going to be a fucking whore who sucked and fucked her way to the top. You sincerely happy with that? Really? That's the kind of mentality that makes me sick to be an American. Because I love my freedom. I love the freedom to be able to speak my mind. I love the freedom to be able to think the way I want to think. And I love the freedom of choice. And I guarantee you, with these two hooligans in office, we're going to lose all that. We're going to be a communist country. It's coming.
And he was right.
This has been preached a lot of times by people like George Carlin and even people that have Christian faith. This has been a long time coming. It's just they had to wait for the cards to be right, and for some reason, some way, somewhere, everything is right. Everything is lined up to where they wanted to strike, and they got it. And you people will accept it. I mean, seriously, you know, it really pisses me off. I mean, I'm not Christian or nothing, but I'm seriously...
Yeah, Demonius X is like one of the OG atheists, alongside War Corpse and all of the others. I think he was doing content around the time the Amazing Atheist was doing content as well.
At a point where if an Antichrist did rise and made you put a chip in your hand, I wouldn't be surprised if none of you fucking assholes took it. Because you believe everything the mainstream media tells you. They're all running on the leftist agenda. I mean, seriously, there's a video on BitChute I seen not too long ago, about a week ago, that basically everything that was said was repeated by every single network. I think it was called The End of CNN, Fox, and CBS, and I think something else. It was the end of some...
Demonius has seen all of the fucking timelines, and he's passed all of the relevant knowledge in order to impart onto us to 10 views. 10 views a stream. Demonius X.
Hey guys, Demonius X here. I hope everybody's doing well, or sleeping right now. It's 3:24 on where I am at. And I just want to talk a little bit about insomnia. Just, you know, kind of like a video log thing. Vlog. You know, a magical word that everyone seems to like what comes out of my mouth. Whatever. Anyway. So I hope you all are doing well in terms of sleep. I wish I could say the same thing. I've been struggling with sleep for years now, and it pisses me off. And as you've seen in my past insomnia videos that I've made in the past, my disdain for all the internet help in terms of how those things don't work, because they simply don't. I mean, like when you write down the things that, you know, you need to get done the following day, you notice that it's still up there in your head, and just writing it down ain't going to rid of that out of your mind. It's going to be there until you experience it, get it done, and it's out of your way. And then that way, then it leaves your mind, and then you feel, you know, less stressed about it.
He was talking there about Kino Dogme. How it sits in your head, how it keeps you awake at night, how it stops you from sleeping, and you don't feel content enough as a person until you deliver the Kino Dogme 2007 that sits within you. Demonius X got it right. Because Demonius X is happy to call Joe Biden a pedophile and say his wife fucked her way to the top, with no regrets. He's happy to call out the mainstream media and the timelines and the Kino dogma that's fueled him since the time of the Amazing Atheist, nearly 20 years ago. That still fuels him even now. Even now he's happy to stream, upload, in 144p, whispering almost is the sound quality there. 4:3 as well. It's admirable because in this current space year 2022, I think it's very hard to find a camera that still does all that shit. Alas, Demonius X has found a way to carry on being an antediluvian king out of his time. He don't need no HD. He don't need no snowball microphones. All he needs is the Kino dogma that lives in his head that's keeping him awake at night and making him contemplate his own suicide. He's fucking back. The old master. It's been about 4 months since he last uploaded, but the old master is back.
World Cup is finally here! Day 1 of World Cup has just ended, and boy am I happy I have to watch my games at 3 a.m. No, I'm not. My sleep schedule's gonna take a nosedive as I struggle to watch Argentina versus Saudi Arabia at 3 a.m. on a...
If you're not watching the World Cup, Neat Samurai, then you need to shake your fucking head.
Anyhow, let's start the day with a cringy opening ceremony where we pay Morgan Freeman...
Now, this opening ceremony was pretty jokes. So this guy has no torso, and they got Morgan Freeman for a fucking shit ton of cash. This guy was paid millions and millions and millions just to sit here and talk to this guy with no torso. No torso, no legs, sorry, no bottom half. No, he's just a torso, I should say. But if you haven't seen this, you should watch this. This was absolutely wild.
God knows how many millions of dollars to lend us his silky smooth voice, just so he can mumble on and on about how the world is divided and we need...
So even now, the antediluvian king is using Microsoft Paint there. And he's just ready to show us all how it's done.
To come together or some shit. No joke. It ended with a crescendo of sappy, emotional movie music and an E.T. finger-touching scene between...
Yeah, so there was an E.T. finger-touching scene between the guy with no... I mean, I'm amazed that people haven't seen the World Cup fucking opening ceremony. Like, come on, guys. But yeah, there was this scene where they fucking did the E.T. thing with the guy with no legs. And Morgan Freeman.
Between Morgan Freeman and this disabled Qatari guy. So, which of the two is supposed to be Elliot and which of the two is supposed to be E.T.? Don't know. Blah, 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 world peace, come together, blah, blah, blah. It's time to phone home with all this money. Total cringe. Definitely should be in the cringe video gauntlet challenge. Speaking of which, being Qatar, you couldn't expect a worse tournament opener than Qatar versus Ecuador. But as is custom...
I mean, Acer's leveled up. Acer used to A-log the fucking Chris Bores, the irate gamer. NC-17 and all of the other faggots back in the day. But now Acer's A-logging Qatar. The whole fucking country. He's leveled up, folks. This is what happens when you truly ascend from antediluvian king to antediluvian lord.
Customary for World Cup, I watched it, and boy, what a fun snoozer this was. All the money in the world couldn't keep Qatar from losing this match. The very first goal for World Cup was invalidated by an offside call, which apparently the sensor inside the ball must have been busted, because it said it was offside even when there's like half of Qatar practically inside their own net, praying Ecuador won't put 200 more goals in their net, which frankly Ecuador undersold their ability to do so. This match was so one-sided, Qatar had 0 shots on goal and barely even saw Ecuador's side of the field, much less their net. Here's a visual for those of you who mercifully missed this match. Losing to Ecuador in such a way, there's no win.
This is like Drexel and Raketa's wife.
Qatar can get out of their group now. Not with Netherlands and Senegal still left to go. I mean, Ecuador was supposed to be their easy matchup. Tomorrow it's Netherlands versus Senegal at 3 a.m., England versus Iran at 7 a.m., and lastly, USA versus Wales at 11 a.m. See you then, dear viewer.
So it's always been a tradition of Ace Lieri's, the Antediluvian King, to cover the World Cup whenever it comes around, and he often makes lots and lots of videos around the World Cup. So we're going to watch all of them, and it's going to be fantastic, and it's truly great to watch the World Cup and have your old master do so as well. But there were a great many people out there saying that you're promising something that will never happen. You and your old master ain't going to team up, Godwinson. You ain't going to go after Vaush and Breadshoe. What are you talking about? This is a fantasy. A deranged, schizophrenic rambling. Alas. How wrong you could have been. This is comment section, by the way. Are you really going to take down Breadshoe with Godwinson after the cup is done, Asa? It's real! We're coming for you, Vaush! It's going to be a really nice Christmas. We've really got something special for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst you might shiver in the Canadian wilderness, kinoless and without talent, you can always admire your betters. You can always look upon us for warmth and heat and entertainment. Okay, we're going to try and do something here. We're going to try and enter the TBZ. We're going to try and enter the TBZ. I'm going to see if this will work. It might take me a few minutes because I'll need to download Discord. So I think just while we enter the TBZ, we play this. We're entering the TBZ, ladies and gentlemen. Where's this going, people are saying? Now, this can go several fucking ways. This can make or break the whole show. But I've got a strong feeling that the TBZ is going to be something truly fucking special. We're entering the TBZ. People are saying, what's the TBZ? You'll know exactly what the TBZ is in just a moment. if all goes well, if Godwinson can download Discord and register for a new account, fucking hell, it's been a long time since we've used Discord, what can we say? Do you want to see what it's making me do here? Please click on each image containing a chicken on a tree. A chicken on a tree. Our selections are a chicken on a tree, 2 chickens on a tree, and a chicken on a tree. Yes? I got it wrong, apparently. Now I need to click on an image containing a squirrel. So there's 3 squirrels there, right? I'm not blind. Next. We can't seem to get into Discord. We can't seem to get into Discord. I don't know why or how. Okay. Now it's saying, please click on an image containing a teacup with similar porcelain design pattern. What are these fucking captures? The last time I used Discord was about 8 months ago, and it wasn't this fucking retarded. But maybe it is. Maybe it's just balls to the wall shenanigans now with the verify captures. Okay. It's looking good. We have an email to our account. Things are looking good. Right. It's happening. We need Brian. It's the Brian zone. The Brian zone. Okay. We've got him in the green room. Okay. So... You were never privy, common peasant meet samurai, to the writers' room discussions that used to fuel the Kino Casino show. These discussions involved Persipin the Squire literally just making the show and then delivering it to Ashton and Andy. But in between that, literally, during writers' room discussions, you'd have Brian, the king of pop, weighing in and giving some of the best takes imaginable, to the point where all of the writers had to just stop and take in the fact that they were entering the Brian zone. And I want to take you, ladies and gentlemen, into the Brian zone. The Brian zone, because I know what I've been wanting to hear. I've been wanting to hear the Brian take on all this shit, on everything that's happened since we've come back. The Brian zone. We've been logged out of Discord. And now it's asking me to click an image containing a chicken on the beach. That's on a tree.
I can't get no connection. I can't get through. Where are you? Weight is heavy on his guilty mind. This far from the border.
Who knew that logging into Discord was so fucking difficult, folks? No wonder the antediluvian kings shun it. We're slipping into the Brian zone. Well, we tried, ladies and gentlemen, but Mr. Brian is not accepting friend requests. We ain't gonna be slipping into the Brian zone tonight. There ain't no Brian zone tonight. No Brian zone. Just fucking identifying chickens on trees and porcelain cups with similar patterns. Alright, well, as there's not going to be a Brian zone, we'll do a quick few questions from the chat. I think I've got the live chat. Oh, no, I don't. I have the top chat on. 1 second. So, go ahead. I'll make 21 stream when? Maybe at some point. I don't know. Squire says they weren't ready for the Brian zone. Where is Brian? Surely Brian is, like, about. Brian was in the chat earlier, saying he was ready to go into the Brian zone. I wanted to take everyone into the Brian zone, but Brian must be spearfishing or hunting for lobster or some shit, riding deer. What's your favourite variety of apple? Do you always struggle with capture? To be honest, I don't think I've had to do a capture in a long, long time. For some reason, it's only like Poll, Discord. Yeah, it must be those two that I've had to ever do a capture for. Someone says Brian's definitely hunting for something. Why do birds suddenly appear? What's your take on the upcoming Kanye West and Nick Fuentes collab? I mean, it would be amazing if it happens. I think that would truly break the internet. And I think it might happen. But I don't know, maybe he'll stop being as crazy as he's been now that he's back on Twitter. I think Kanye West's ban's been rescinded on Twitter, so he's back and he might have to calm it down. Then again, he might just torch it all to the ground and go live with Nick Fuentes. We might have Kanye West on Cozy TV. That'd be a fucking great timeline. Kanye is right. We can't say that one. Someone says Kanye is right about the Jays. What was that cover of I'm Blue that you played on the Hop Along stream? I don't know. I don't know. If you weren't there for the music and you can't instantly identify it within its few opening bars, then it's all lost on you, my friend. What do you think of Kanye running in 2024? To be honest, I don't have any take on the upcoming presidential election because it's likely to again be Biden versus Trump, isn't it? I mean, I want the Hill Dog to run again. I want the Hill Dog to run again. Because it's Hillary for you and me, folks. It's always going to be Hillary for you and me. And it's her turn. It's her turn. It will never not be her turn.
But our